Hey, it's been like a year. It's been since like last year since we've talked. It's been a while. I can say that joke because I'm a dad, and I got dad jokes. Anyways, Happy New Year's to you menzies out there. I know that you guys probably had a great, at least Christmas, because you got to hear Russ and I do impressions of some carols.
You generally missed out.
Yeah, he did. He really did. Your hearts were filled with warmth and joy.
Wonder and excitement.
Yes. And as you can tell, all three of us are here. Russ and John with their delicious, beautiful selves, and me. And nothing's happened really with me, so I'm just here. I look like Jabba, and they don't.
Wow.
It's really weird.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really weird, though. You probably shouldn't be wearing your Leia outfit on the podcast. No one can see it, but it's all right.
I thought they would just, imagine it.
Yeah. With that image in your mind now. Oh yeah. Let's get started. I have a couple of things.
Okay.
So number one, Dallas Cowboys got a gift of the season because they still need refs to help them win games. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Lions versus Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that sports?
Sports.
Or are we actually
Sports.
having cities fighting cities?
That would be an interesting sport.
I feel like Detroit would win that one, though.
I don't know. Dallas is Dallas has
rough. More people. It's larger, but yeah. I don't know if it's quite Detroit rough.
Oh, okay. All right. That would be an interesting. What city?
Yeah, who would win?
What is the toughest city? Like people would probably say like maybe because Sinatra.
New Yorkers would be like, no, that's us.
Yeah. Because you got Sinatra's like if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I would contest today. No, you can't. If you can make it in New York, you can make it. You will make it anywhere. Like there's no, like New York isn't that big of a deal anymore.
Oh wow.
I don't.
Okay.
Think.
Oh, you don't think It's still.
I mean, it might still have its seediness, but it's not like.
It's the largest U.S. city still. I mean, it's still got something.
Yeah, I mean,
it
might boast the population, but doesn't have, dare I say, the manliness that it used to have.
What type of man? Okay, well, I'm intrigued by this.
Well, like, you had the mobs running around.
Oh, gotcha.
Like,
you think the mobs are manly?
I mean, they didn't take no crap from no one. They didn't take no prisoners.
Okay. Okay, that's the...
No, they didn't take no for an answer.
So now you sound like a feminist.
So, no, it's just... I don't know what the toughest. I think maybe Chicago is taking that over.
Oh, you think Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's always shootings.
Interesting.
There.
Well, yes.
if you can make it through the weekend in Chicago, you're good. Go over to the Middle East. You should. I mean, you'll be fine.
What?
Buy a lotto ticket.
Yeah,
you're going to win.
All right, there you go. Go to the Middle East if you survive a night in Chicago. That's what the song goes, right? If you can survive a night there, you'll survive a night anywhere.
Exactly. So anyways, the Detroit Lions football team versus the Dallas Cowboys football team was absolutely.
Who do you
ridiculous.
think would win if it was actual Cowboys and Lions?
Lions.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
How many? Cowboys have guns.
Yeah, but they have six shooters. Lasso? You're going to lasso a lion?
I mean, you're not going to run up to it and hog tie it, right? Because that'll maul you. But I mean, I think the Cowboys have a pretty decent shot.
No,
you don't think so?
I wouldn't. No, absolutely not. They have
what
six
if it
shooters.
Was? Well, yeah, but
and
that could take out 6 Lions.
Okay, but
theoretically.
if you let's set it up like a football team. So you have
okay. I don't know anything about this, so I'm completely.
How many players are on the field at a time?
At least 10.
Okay, there you go. So you have 10 Lions versus 10 Cowboys.
Wait, but you're talking sports. What if it was 100 Cowboys versus 25 Lions?
Okay, then the Cowboys might have a chance. You're still going to lose a few.
Well, I'm not saying you're not going to lose any, right? Like, if you're in a fight with Lions, obviously you want to make sure you have some slow people around you.
Sure.
But
Get that one buddy that's fat. Come here, bud.
Come on, Bubba. Get out there, boy.
Little John, get over here.
Yeah, but, I try.
Not you, John.
Obviously, you're gonna lose
A couple.
You're gonna lose some people.
Yeah.
But
you got to go into the fight knowing.
Now, I think if it's like 100 Cowboys versus 100 Lions, well, I think that tips it in the Lions' favor. They're voracious animals. They will get both the horse and the cowboy.
There you go.
Right? The Cowboys
now
kind
you're
of have
adding
that
horses.
Well, but
Okay.
Can you be a cowboy without a horse?
Yeah, it's called the shootout. You're doing a high nooner.
Oh, so we're talking the Lions stroll into town at high noon.
Yes.
And that's but the Cowboys would still have cover, right? You could hide out in the saloon and shoot from there.
Sure.
Your single pane glass window isn't going to protect you very well.
Throw the spittoon at him.
I'm not sure where we are in the United States that there's lions, prowling the western cougars, right?
Just what? Yeah,
mountain lions.
Yeah, mountain lions.
Cougars. John instantly thought of older women pursuing younger men. Of course, where John's mind went with cougars.
He did pop his eyes up.
That
very
look he
quickly.
shot me was like, oh,
Hey.
I'm intrigued now.
I'm in the convo now.
Carry on.
I'm talking football. He doesn't say a word.
But as soon as he hears older women pursuing younger men, his ears.
He's like, yes, what? What
I'm
are we talking about?
Yeah,
Yes, we're here.
Were you talking to me?
And then, so the Cowboys got a gift because they can't win by themselves. They have to have the refs. And
so what happened here? What exactly happened?
Anyways, so one of the...
we're back to the
Detroit's-
actual sport game. We're not talking about the Cowboys and actual Lions.
So one of the Lions linemen came in to check in as an eligible receiver, runs up to the ref and goes, "I'm eligible." Checks in as eligible. Lines up in the tight end spot. The play goes. That lineman catches the game-winning touchdown, and then the refs throw a flag and say he's ineligible. And it's like, no. He checked in as eligible.
How do you prove one to be eligible?
He
for
went up
such
to the to the ref.
It's like an ID card you gotta present to them.
Well, no, because that's racist.
Oh,
yeah, you can't.
Well, it's not voting.
Oh, true. Okay, so maybe it's kind of like buying alcohol. I'm eligible.
Yeah, but maybe he had a fake eligibility card. He had a fake ID.
They saw it.
Yep.
They're like, you're out.
They scanned it.
They're like, no, sir.
Their scanner was down at first, so they let him in.
Yeah, and then it came back and it said decline.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh.
But yeah, so you just kind of, you run up to you tell the ref, you're like, hey, I'm eligible. I'm lining up as a receiver.
Okay.
And they go, okay. So you check in with the ref and they go, okay. And then when you line up on the line, your receivers have to offset you so that you're on the line of scrimmage so that you are eligible, which happened. And
how did they get away with that call then?
Well, apparently the owner of the Cowboys is rolling in the dough.
That's very surprising. I can't imagine the Cowboys are making any money.
Yeah, well, it's actually, I think the Cowboys are the wealthiest sports franchise in America.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, out of all sports in America.
Wow.
But yeah, so
I thought it was women's soccer.
That's what they want you to think.
Okay.
But it's actually the WNBA. Yeah, so that was interesting. But then Michigan came out and won their bowl. So that was nice.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah, so that was okay. So enough about sports. I watched a very fun documentary. Well, I thought it was going to be fun.
Hold on a second. Can I just address one thing here?
Yeah, go ahead.
You just went through a sports section for like 9 minutes. Not a peep from John, who's wearing a Michigan sweatshirt right now.
Any thoughts?
Nothing. You know what? We get crap from one particular listener. I'm going to call him out because he'll hit us up saying, "You guys didn't even bring John into the episode." And I'm just saying, I'm a little teed off at this particular listener.
I actually opened up with something where I was.
This is what happened. We tried to include him, and he. I mean, that's his role. We get it, but apparently, this one particular listener doesn't get John's role on the podcast.
Yeah. John doesn't even get his role.
I'm not really sure. Yeah.
Yuletide greetings, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah. Let's be merry. I am back, everyone. Yes, I get to do my Christmas holiday episode. Okay,
2024.
Yeah, you have to wait another
Christmas was a month ago.
Season's greetings.
Christmas was last year.
Enjoy the holiday season.
I know, I like
Brent.
it. You can't.
Warmest wishes. Feliz Navidad.
Oh,
I think
Happy holiday greetings.
I think he's been looking up different ways to
May
say.
your holiday shine bright.
I regret. This is why.
This is why we don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is why we don't do it.
Turn it over to him. It doesn't end well.
Happy Hanukkah.
I think you said that.
That was almost a month ago.
Well, I'll put it this way: the Cowboys definitely had their jingle bells going because they got a joyful gift of the holidays from the ref, who definitely is getting coal in his stocking this coming Christmas.
Okay.
All right. Hey,
Wow.
all right.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. Brent,
So
you were
there's a-
watching a
sorry.
documentary.
Go blue.
Go blue. There you go.
I'll have more to do. Don't worry.
Let me ask this.
Yeah, I was going to ask a question, but that's okay.
Okay, that's fine. Your question can wait. How do you pronounce it? Documentary or documentary?
Isn't that
Documentary?
it's a documentary?
There's several different ways to pronounce
but
it.
I feel like documentary.
I say documentary. I'm going to watch a documentary.
Oh, see, I say I watched a documentary, so it's like past tense. I use that as past tense.
Ah, okay.
But I watched, or maybe it's I have watched a documentary, and that's so past tense. I watched a documentary, making it more present.
Okay,
Right?
Interesting. I think I'm going to...
I feel like I use documentary as a past tense. Like I was watching this documentary, past tense.
Okay.
I watched.
How do you say it in present tense? I am currently watching a
documentary?
documentary.
A documentary.
Documentary.
A documentary.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you use documentary.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was watching. I'm
just curious to hear from our listeners too.
Oh yeah,
like how do you pronounce it?
Yeah. We'll get some English. I hope we get an English listener.
Oh,
It's,
yes,
you
of
know,
course. It's of course pronounced.
it's-
Documentary. There's a U in there.
It's gonna be like penguin. What?
What?
You threw in an extra.
It's much like claw.
Yeah. There. Yes. You
Could
threw
I
in-
ask for a favor?
Yeah. Exactly. Throw in an extra vowel somewhere.
A documentary.
There you go. It's DOU.
Yes, there's a U in there somewhere that it
Yeah.
doesn't belong there.
But it was about it was so when you watch one of these documentaries, do you
Documentaries.
do you watch it to learn something or to like because you're curious about a subject, so you want to get into the subject, right? Okay.
That's why I think that's why I watch it.
Okay, so that's why I was watching this, because it was a study.
What? Okay.
Well, it was a study on a vegan diet versus a omnivore diet,
Okay.
but it was done with identical twins. So there was like 4 sets of identical twins
Interesting.
in the study. So I'm like, this is sweet because their genes are identical, like everything's identical. So they give one the vegan diet and the other one the omnivore diet.
Okay.
And it's an 8-week.
What's included in the omnivore diet?
Well, like you got your meats, cheese, like everything.
Okay, so they have
like,
just like they're eating like a normal
Yeah,
person.
yeah,
the,
essentially.
The vegetarians eating like the weirdos that they are.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the scientists that set this all up have them both of them eating healthy. So it's not just like omnivore, eat whatever you want.
So they're not, the omnivore is not chowing down on a pack of Oreos.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And like,
Which are delicious, by the way. In
Yeah.
no way am I implying that Oreos are unhealthy. In fact, this podcast is brought to you by Nabisco.
oh, wow.
That's not, I have to also say that it's not true. That's a
Oh,
lie.
man. I couldn't wait to see that check.
I couldn't wait to see that summons.
Yeah. Well, okay. But, yeah. I don't want to see the summons. I just want to see
you just
the
want the check. Yeah,
I just want the check.
I'd imagine somewhere there's somebody at Nabisco who's listening and going, "Oh, we forgot to cut that check for them. We're a sponsor."
Yeah.
We just need the dumbest
$100,000.
person to be working over in marketing for Nabisco to
Yes.
listen to this podcast and be like, oh, I forgot.
Whoops-a-daisy.
It's my account.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Yes.
But so I'm watching this. It's very interesting to me. And then they start talking about things that I absolutely do not find relevant in this study.
Oh, okay. What are they talking about?
They start talking about cows and how their farts and burps release methane into the air.
Oh, yes, they went down
causing-
that road.
So they got into global warming.
Yeah.
And then they got
course.
into the ethics of farming.
Oh,
And then they farming on the scale of chickens, cows. They didn't touch on pigs, which I find very interesting, and fish. And I'm just like, okay.
oh,
I
did
don't
they mention
care.
free range salmon?
Free range, like free range. This one chicken farmer was like, well, they can get you with the free range because they only need about a 3 foot, 3x3 square, and they call that free range. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm sorry.
I don't.
Like, so I'm sitting
What
here
about
watching
the free range salmon, though?
free range salmon.
Yeah, do they
Just
talk
the
about those at all? Or?
Wild caught salmon.
Well, you only need a little 3x3.
Yeah,
aquarium.
aquarium. All right. I have free range salmon in my living room. It's a giant aquarium. Don't worry about it. But
100 gallons built into the house.
yeah,
It's beautiful,
exactly. Yeah. But I started watching this so I could see how this study was going to go. And they throw in climate change.
Yeah, that's a must-have.
They throw in how much better veganism is
Oh,
than eating meat and all of this stuff. And at the end of the study, the difference between the vegan and the omnivore diet was minuscule.
really?
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
Oh, so they went vegan, not vegetarian. Sorry, I misheard you at the beginning
vegan,
of that.
Yeah. So it was pretty minuscule. I'm like, oh.
What did they measure? Like, what were the
Well,
measurements?
actually, the measurements were really, because they didn't do just like body mass index. They like measured. They put them through a machine where they measured like how much actual lean muscle they had versus fat, and then they measured their subcutaneous fat, which is the fat around your organs. They measured. They tested essentially how your brain functions through test on a just like kind of what you do for school. Just on an iPad, and you had to do some tests. They tested you
Fill
physically.
in the circle, but don't get outside of the line.
exactly.
Use a number 2 pencil.
Right. 3 of them failed that.
That's
They
where
brought it-
everybody's anxiety comes from,
Yeah,
right?
so-
Knowing that you can't, thinking that if you happen to get something outside of that line, you're going to fail the entire thing.
There was many erases on mine.
Oh my!
'cause I was
And
like,
then you
I
were
went
worried.
outside.
You were worried
Yeah.
that it was like, is the eraser going to make
Yeah.
it worse?
Yeah, exactly. I actually blamed I blamed the failing of one of my tests on that, but that's okay.
Good for you.
Yeah, I told my mom.
It's a fair blame that
Yeah.
you were putting on them.
And not only that, but I think a lot of times I always I would have those cool pencils that had designs on them.
Oh,
And I'm like, I don't know.
flowers and stuff.
Yeah, flowers. Yep.
Your manly New Yorker self.
Yeah, butterflies. Dare I say rainbows?
Fabulous.
Yeah, but I never knew if they were number 2 pencils
Oh,
because it never said number 2.
didn't say.
So I'm freaking out. I'm sweating.
so you don't know
I'm
if
in
it's,
4th grade. My anxiety is through the roof.
it might not even read your test.
Yeah, exactly. My anxiety at that moment was like when you're in a public restroom and you have the door closed and somebody is trying to bust into it like they're SWAT. It's like, hello? Yeah, it's locked for a reason. They jiggle it
Like they're
and,
pulling. Yeah, it's a guy.
and then
it's
they
locked.
knock and they're like, anybody in there? Nope. No,
Just-
dude.
The door just randomly locked on its own. Happens all the time.
Yeah. Like, I would much rather you just take a peek at my feet. Don't give me that.
See him popping under the door. Oh, hey, somebody's in here. Didn't realize it.
Like, dude,
I thought the door was accidentally locked.
yeah, I sit there. Yeah, that was my anxiety level.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that's in 4th grade. So, but
Explains a lot now. But I'm sorry. I did get you off topic there.
They did blood test and stool. Oh, they did stool tests. So, They did that throughout, and then the contestants, this
Next
the twins-
contestant, come
yeah.
on down. You're on The Food Is Right.
Yeah, the subjects were set up with a personal trainer and everything.
Okay.
So it was very cool, that part of the documentary. But they threw in a whole bunch of stuff where I was just like, oh my goodness.
That's kind of obligatory these days.
They actually had a mayor on it of a city that we've already mentioned. And
Dallas?
no.
Detroit?
No.
What other cities have we mentioned?
Really?
Narnia?
Yes.
The mayor of Narnia.
Yes, nailed it, buddy.
Yeah.
It was the witch.
He's a minotaur, actually.
It was very weird.
Yeah.
Very hard to do the study on him. And then they had a senator on, and it was just very. So it was like kind of getting
From the hockey team, the Senators?
Yes.
And then-
Yeah. they
Oh,
had
okay.
wow. You know sports.
I got it.
The Senators. Yeah, the Ottawa Senators from Canada.
Makes so much sense. They're always stealing our stuff.
Exactly. But it was a very interesting. If you like, I actually fast forward through a lot.
What senator did they have on?
Booker.
Oh, I was going to guess that.
Yeah.
Senator
Mayor-
Cory Booker of New Jersey.
Yeah. Mayor of New York.
New York. Oh, I forgot we mentioned New York.
And which is really funny because, okay, when the mayor of New York started talking, he started talking about how changing his diet helped reduce his diabetes, which is great. Like I'm like, yes, and then I started laughing. I'm like, same mayor that came out and was like, get your jab, get your second jab, get your third jab, get your jabs, get all the jabs.
How did we get on the jabs?
Well, it's just funny because when he went in for his diabetes, his doctor prescribed medicine for him.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I want to do this with my food.
Oh, okay. So
like,
sometimes he takes the quick route, sometimes not so much.
so it's just like, I'm sitting there like, wait a second. And then the senator is talking about global warming and cow farts and stuff like that. But it was,
Look, I'm a senator from New Jersey. I know
Jersey.
these things.
I know, but
I know a lot about a lot.
it was, I know a lot about it. There you go.
You want to know about bridges? We got bridges in New Jersey.
Well, not as many as Pittsburgh has.
Really?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah. I think Pittsburgh has.
Are you saying Pittsburgh or Pittsford?
Pittsburgh.
Oh, Pennsylvania. Okay.
Yes. Pittsburgh.
I was just confused. I thought there was maybe a quaint town of Pittsburgh that has the most bridges in America. I don't know these things.
Yeah. Well, maybe you don't know a lot about a lot.
I do not. I'm not a senator.
Listen. But yeah, that was kind of how my new year started.
Wow.
Already a little flustered.
So you weren't really watching that and going, I've got some new resolutions.
Yeah, no. I mean, there were some good points, some things that I liked, but other than that, it was very like. Oh, I looked at my wife and I told her, I go, wow, if they cut out all this propaganda, this could have been done in one episode and it would have been 20 minutes.
Oh, nice.
It was like 3 episodes.
But they drew it out.
Oh yeah,
You gotta get
yeah. You got to do it on.
That's how you get Nabisco to sponsor you.
You draw it out.
Draw it out. Bring on senators and mayors.
Absolutely. So what's going on with you, Russ? Because Cougar.
Where?
Nothing.
John's on to the. He's running after. He's going after the cougar.
He's protecting
Yep.
us.
Thanks, buddy. So not a lot going on. New year, obviously.
Sure.
Just kind of back into it. You kind of just fall right back into that.
It's not New Year, New You.
No.
No.
Why deprive people of what they want?
They want the old you.
People wouldn't want the new. They wouldn't want a new me because me is perfect.
Whoa.
Just saying.
I hope we get some emails on that.
Of confirmation, sure.
No. On deconfirmation. On the uneligibility.
Well, that's rude.
Oh, I'm sure we have a family member or two that will chime in for you.
Unfortunately, that is probably fairly accurate. Probably most accurate. I got thinking today, Brent.
No. That's dangerous.
Well, no, not me thinking. We all know that's few and far between those moments. But do you ever? I mean, your name's pretty straightforward, right,
Sure.
Brent?
Yeah, people mess it up all the time. But it's
Okay, I was gonna say, do people ever ask you what you would prefer to be called?
No.
Do you ever think like no? It's because I mean, Brent, John. Do you have that? You have that same thing because your John is a shortening of Jonathan.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you for your involvement. Do people ask you what you would prefer to? Okay.
Straight to the point. Straight to the point.
Yep. Okay. Well, thanks, guys. This segment's going great here.
Well, no, because so I said that people always mess up my name.
How do they mess up your name?
Well, you got Brett.
Oh.
And then I've gotten Brunt.
Yeah, but you don't get people like going, well, would you prefer to be called Brett or Brent? That doesn't make a lot of sense.
That's true. I don't.
Do people think your name is short for something like
Actually,
Brentmo?
so what?
Brentmo?
Oh, I thought you said Gizmo. It's like,
Brentwood?
yes.
Brentonimo?
Actually, I have had a couple of people
Brant?
I have had a couple of people in my, like exactly two people in my life that have gone, oh, Brent? Is that short for Brenton?
Oh, really? Brenton?
Yeah.
I guess, that one's actually a name that would make
it
sense.
does. Yeah, it is.
My suggestions were not.
I'm pretty sure my wife dated a Brenton. So she was like, no, that's too long. Let's go with Brent.
This isn't working out. You have too many letters in your name.
I can't do the O-N.
Yeah,
I can't do the O-N.
Too much.
But, so they're like, oh, so you prefer... Oh, actually, one of them did ask, so you prefer Brent? I'm like, yeah, it's my name.
That's what I would go by.
Like, oh, it's not Brenton? Nope, just Brent. And I told my mom that, and she goes, I wanted to name you Brenton. I'm like...
You dodged a bullet, though.
Yeah.
By not being called
I feel
Brenton.
like that's like the pretentious part. That's...
I don't think there's a Brenton that I've ever met who has been popular.
Actually,
I don't think there's a Brenton out there that people are like, oh, that guy's great.
Yeah, I feel like the Brenton is like the it's kind of like the posh of my name.
If really,
yeah, like you like
high society.
Yeah,
type.
like you're gonna pop your
Brenton.
Brenton.
They probably got a U in there.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, Brenton.
But he's pop your collar, your polo.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's just like no,
that you just don't like that person.
So I'm glad that that my mom was just like, no, we're just gonna go with Brent.
Because that's good. Yeah, people ask me all the time. They'll be like, do you prefer Russ or Russ? And
yeah, that's.
I always find that interesting. It's like, I'd prefer you not to talk to me at all.
Yeah.
We could go down that road.
Yeah.
That would be the preferred method.
And you are?
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah.
Get away from me.
How about you move along there?
Stop asking me weird questions.
Yeah.
What was...
Okay, that was...
Jeez, John.
Sorry.
It's okay.
This episode. Welcome to the new year. Same old show.
Yes.
Nothing's changed at all.
Yeah.
No, I was just curious if you ever got anything like that.
Yeah, like I said, twice, and both times was Brenton.
And both times it was Brenton.
Yeah.
Different people?
Yeah.
Well,
it would be weird if it was the same. Are you sure? Like they meet me again, like Brenton. It's Brenton, right? No, it's just
That's
Brenton.
what we talked about this, and you said you liked Brenton, right?
Yeah.
I said the exact opposite.
Really, it was my wife. But anyway.
What does your name mean?
It means beacon on a hill or light on a hill.
Because Brenton is steep hill and is associated with lucky number 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is it?
Why
Associated
why
with
is
lucky
it-
number 7?
Well, whatever.
And actually, they're the only famous Brentons that I see here have been like Australian rules footballer, Australian rugby player.
Hello, I'm Brenton. I'll play Australian rules rugby.
Sure.
Rugby. Oh, yeah. I'm
was
an
a
Australian senator as well.
Brenton
Do they have
Burson,
senators?
an American football wide receiver, back in 1990.
Oh, I know that there was a Brent Jones on.
But I'm looking for Brenton.
Yeah, I know, but there was a Brent Jones on the 49ers tight end.
So you're light on a hill.
Yeah.
Not like your personality isn't really like a welcoming light on a hill personality. You would be more like a Brenton, where it's like, this is a steep hill. I'm not going up it. That light is not important enough to me to climb up this steep hill.
Yeah, so Brenton is like steep hill, and Brent is I'm the light at the top of said stupid hill. So
You're either the light or you're the stupid hill. And
Exactly.
Unfortunately, Brentons are the stupid hill. Brents are the lights.
yep.
Again, I don't really.
It's weird because
You're like the light on the hill.
Hey, it doesn't say how bright it is. It just says I'm the light, okay?
You know that song, "This Little Light of Mine"? You're the one they're hiding under a bushel.
Oh, okay. I'm like
You're the one Satan's trying to blow out.
I'm like I'm like a candle trying to guide ships in. I'm a candle just at the top of the lighthouse.
Heard that light's a wee bit dim there, lads.
Well,
We must be a good mile off or so. We've got abandoned ship. The light lied.
Gotcha.
That's our Brent.
Never said how bright. Just a light, okay?
That makes sense now. Yes, that makes sense.
It's like, you might not be the sharpest tool, but I am a tool. Wait, what?
Yes, you're a couple of watts short of a light bulb there on the hill. We are at the end.
Oh, are we?
Yeah.
Already?
You can't see the time, so I just assume.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Well, hey, guys. Welcome to 2024.
Nice job getting through that.
Yeah. I really hope that you guys had a great New Year, and you had fun, and you're ready for a new year and start doing some new things, start challenging yourselves a little bit. But here, we're gonna still be doing our goofy things, talking about whatever comes into our brightly lit minds. If you want to join in on the conversation, please do so. Facebook, Menacing Podcast. X, that we all know as Twitter, is at Menacing Podcast. Email us, menacingpodcast@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you guys. This is a new year. Let's start it out strong. Send them in, and let's get the conversation going. And until next time, I'll be standing at the top of a hill with a candle for you.
Good luck.